G'day viewers and welcome to Heavenly Tai Chi and Yoga. My name is Todd and this is your 20-minute yoga flow for swimmers, if you didn't guess already. So let's get to it. So welcome to your 20-minute yoga flow for swimmers. Today we're going to focus on a couple of core components within the swimming stroke. I love swimming myself. I prefer open water swimming. And a couple of key things we're working on. We're going to work on the shoulders. We're going to be working on the length, so extension. We're going to work on mobility as well, wrist mobility, shoulder mobility. We're going to work a little bit on the core also. So let's get into the class and we'll start with our Sankalpa. Now we're sitting in our easy posture, simple cross-legged posture. Now if this is challenging for you, you can place some cushions underneath your knees to support you here, or alternatively you can sit on the cushion here while we're going through the first part of our practice. Now we want to keep a nice long spine, so let's remove the fleshy part of the buttocks so we're sitting on our sit bone. So now let's bring our hands to prayer pose. And we'll close our eyes and for a couple of moments take a couple of nice long breaths here. We'll bring into our mind's eye someone that we know that needs a bit of extra love and support, and we'll send that to them now. And we'll slowly open our eyes. Now we'll go through our mobility practice first before we move into our yoga flow. So we're really stretching the muscles out and we're lengthening at the same time. Extend the left hand forward. Let's take the right hand to the top of the left fingers. We'll gently draw the left fingers back, creating a nice stretch in the underside of the wrist. And we'll give the hand a shake and we change over to the opposite side. So we're primarily focusing on freestyle in our flow today, but the mobility, of course, it applies across all disciplines within swimming. And give the hand a nice release. So let's draw the left hand across the body. Let's take the right hand just on top of the left shoulder here. We extend our left hand across the body. Let's keep the spine nice and long and the belly drawn in. Then we open the shoulder, give the hand a little bit of release, shoulder relax there, and we change over to the opposite side. This time, left hand on top of the right shoulder, right hand stretching to the left. And we give the hands a nice little shake and release there. Let's extend the left hand up to the sky. Let's take the right hand onto the knee here. We're just going to extend and lengthen. So we're extending our freestyle stroke. Let's turn the palm and face it forward like you normally would do for a freestyle. Let's keep it to the center line of the body. Let's get nice length here through the side body, extending nice and high up to the sky. And then release the hand there and then take it down. Then we change over to the opposite side. Let's extend right hand up the sky. Let's bring it to the center line. I'm extending, got a nice stretch through the side body here. And let's take the hand down there. Let's do some neck circles, especially important when we're breathing on alternate sides of the body with our freestyle stroke. Now we only bring up our head out of the water very marginally in our freestyle stroke. Well, that's what I try and do anyway. Make sure you keep a nice long body, which means you're aerodynamically in the water, your most efficient shape, which is like the dolphin. And change to the opposite side. Let's extend the left hand up one more time, and this time we'll bend at the elbow and we'll take the right hand on top of the elbow. So let's open up that shoulder. Again, especially important within the freestyle stroke, great shoulder mobility. Our swimming is a fantastic practice. And let's change over to the opposite side. To extend the right hand up to the sky, take the left hand onto the elbow, extending that right hand down the midline of the body, opening up the shoulder. Swimming is low impact, great cardiovascular. All you need is a body of water to go for a swim. Ocean, pool, lake, whatever is closest to you, get out there and do it. Get some goggles, get a swim cap. Obviously a swimsuit, you're going to need that. And then release the hands down. Now we're going to sit to the side here and we just want to open up the shoulders. So let's take the hands behind us. Let's get some nice length through the spine. Open the shoulders nice and long. Try and keep that spine nice and long. So I'm coming onto my fingertips here. I want to keep the spine long. I want to have the shoulders back and down and working the shoulder blades together. We're increasing mobility with the shoulder girdle here, drawing the shoulder blades together. And we'll take the hands and release those. Now let's extend the hands forward. Let's open up the hips here. Let's see if we can take our knees down to the mat and we'll extend our hands nice and long into a forward fold. Let's see how low we can go. We extend all the way through, getting nice length through the spine here. Working with the breath at all times. As we know, yoga is great for improving your breath, which is going to help in your swimming practice. Long, slow, deep breathing. In and out through the nose to the belly. Extending the hands forward. Maybe as you're extending your breath, releasing, you can go a little bit deeper in the stretch. And then we'll slowly roll ourselves up. We'll come into our 4-point base, what some people call the tabletop. So, tabletop 4-point base. Let's make sure our shoulders stacked over our wrists, our hips are stacked over our knees. We're going to what we call our cat-cow pose. It's great for spinal mobility and also great for the core and great for the shoulders. So, on the inhale, we'll draw the belly and extend the shoulder girdles up to the sky. And exhale, releasing. We lengthen the tailbone down and then lift the head up. Come into our cow pose. And inhale, draw the belly in towards the spine. Extend the shoulder girdle. Extending to an angry cat pose. And exhale, coming to our cow pose. Lengthen the tailbone. Now let's draw the toes together. Let's sit back onto our heels. We come into balasana or child's pose. Let's extend the hands forward like we were doing previously. The extended child's pose. Balasana, extended child's pose. You can come up onto your fingers, up onto your finger pads. Let's really get that length out and extend all the way through the body. Again, working with the breath, relaxing into the movement. Now we'll come back up into our tabletop position. This time I want you to draw the knees together. We've got a single point of balance here with our knees. And we're going to draw our right leg up and we're going to extend our right leg out nice and long. Activate the glutes here. So swimming, we want a good, strong legs. Work with our kicking. So extending our leg nice and long here. Keep a nice 3-point base, good balance. And then we'll slowly draw the knee down. Now let's change over to the opposite leg. Just extend the left leg back. Let's keep a nice long spine here. Extend the leg out nice and long. Draw the belly in. Activate the core to support the spine. And then slowly draw that knee in and bring the heels back together. We'll sit back into our child's pose. This time, let's release the tension in the hands. Let's rotate the wrists. Adjust the hair as necessary. Hair's getting a bit longer these days. Could be time for a haircut. Woohoo! Let's rotate the wrist from side to side and create the release of tension in the hands. So now I'm going to move back into our 4-point base. Let's extend the right leg back. Let's extend the left leg back. We come into Phalakasana or high plank. Let's lengthen the heels back towards the wall and our head towards the opposite direction. Get a nice long spine here. Activate the claw. Super important to keep the core stable within the swimming stroke. And let's draw the knees down. Now let's draw the knees together again. This time we're going to draw the right hand into the center line. I'm going to extend the left hand out in front. Let's keep those knees together, extending that left hand out. Working a nice long spine here, extending through the left hand, and then we draw that left hand down. Let's bring that hand to the center line. Let's extend the right hand out. Palm facing down, getting nice length through the spine here. And then we'll slowly draw the hand down. Let's sit back into the child's pose. Extend the hands out nice and long. It's important that we work on lengthening the spine. We can extend the swimming stroke. What I mean by that, when you're going between opposite sides of the body, moving from left to right with a swimming stroke, if you can glide through that stroke, then you're going to get more length and more distance. That's what we're looking for. More length and more distance for less effort. Now, I follow the total immersion swimming. You can check that out. Pretty amazing. But that encourages a glide between the strokes. So what I'm doing here is lengthening out the body, so extending you as much as you possibly can. So we're at our 4-point base here. Now we're going to extend the right leg out and then extend the left leg out. So imagine that you've got your left hand out and you're in your swimming stroke. And this is where you're drawing your right knee into your chest, your left hand in, and then extending all the way out. And we'll draw that right knee in, left hand, and then extending all the way out. So if you can remember that movement, whilst you're in your swimming stroke, you'll effectively be gliding from side to side. Okay? Now we're going to change over to the opposite side. So right hand forward, left hand back, extending nice and long through the spine. And then we draw the left knee in and the right elbow in, draw them together, extending all the way out. Working with the breast, make sure that core is nice and active here. That's going to create stability and balance, and drawing in one more time and extending out. And then we're going to draw the knees together and let's sit back into our child's pose. Let's come back into our tabletop here as we work through our mobility, a little bit more mobility. We'll take the wrists out to the side. Now you want to see that from the front. Let's take the hands out to the side and then palms and fingers facing in towards your knees. Get a nice stretch through the wrists here. And then alternatively, you can go all the way around. Make it even more challenging. Keep working that mobility. You can shift backwards and forwards. Just create a little bit more tension within that stretch. We do want to open up the shoulders as much as possible. Now let's come back to our child's pose, into our balasana. Let's adjust our clothing as necessary, extending the hands forward, right leg back, left leg back. Let's draw the hips up to the sky as we come into our downward facing dog. Let's pedal the heels back and forth. Now we're working our heels towards the floor in downward dog. You may be already there. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Pressing the hands into the mat. Nice space between the fingers. Pushing into the mat, creating that upside down V and working the heels towards the mat. Let's make sure the toes are spread nice and wide, creating a good base. From here, we're going to draw up onto the balls of the feet, and we're going to slowly roll the vertebrae, vertebra by vertebra. We're going through our rolling wave sequence to our high plank, and then we lower our hips down, and then we press into the mat, opening up, coming up to our upward facing dog. Now we'll tuck the chin to the chest, push the shoulder girdle away, extending and rolling through the vertebra back into our downward facing dog. It's called the rolling wave sequence. It's the Budokan inspired or practice movement from down dog to up dog. Let's do that one more time. Let's rise on the balls of the feet. Let's tuck the belly as we roll vertebra by vertebra into our upward facing dog. We lower our hips down. We press into the ground, lifting the head up, looking up, extended, floating up dog. Let's tuck the chin to the chest, extend the shoulder girdle, rolling all the way back, coming to our downward facing dog. Let's take the knees to the mat. We come into our balasana or child's pose. Extend the hand forward nice and long. Working with that breath. Let's take a moment here to release any tension. Let's shift forward here. Let's draw the right hand across our body, and we'll slowly shift our hand forward, and we'll lie onto our right shoulder, creating mobility in that shoulder. Extending all the way through. Let's extend the hand nice and long, creating that mobility. Let's draw the feet together, make sure they're nice and close together. Let's draw the hand up and draw the hand back. Let's just sit back in child's pose here for a moment, extend the hands forward, and then we'll shift forward again. Let's take this time the left hand across the body, and we'll slowly draw ourselves down. Let's extend the right hand out nice and long as we work into the shoulder here, a bit of extra mobility. Now we'll slowly draw that hand up. We come back into our balasana or child's pose. So from here, we're going to lie all the way down. And we're going to draw the heel up, draw the knee up, hand up, and then we're going to open up the body, extending and open. And we're going to lift and support ourselves here. We extend our right hand up to the sky, lifting the head up. That's what we call single leg dancing dog. And we'll slowly lower ourselves down. Note the pivot on the knife edge of the left foot here, and the right foot is nice and solidly base to support us. And then we shift over. This is creating mobility in the shoulder again. And then we slowly open up. Let's draw the left knee up, opening up. We've got our 3-point base here. We've got our right hand, our right foot, and our left foot. Left foot is solidly based. Right hand is solidly based. Shoulders stacked over the wrist. We extend the hips up to the sky, lengthening through the side body, extending the hand nice and long. And then we slowly lower down, coming back into our starting position. Okay, and we'll come back to our seated posture here for a moment. We'll take a couple of breaths here just to relax. Find our center balance. A bit of work in that yoga flow. And now we're slowly going to take ourselves down. We're going to come into Salabhasana or locust pose. So from here, we extend our hands out nice and long. Extend our legs out nice and long also. We're going to draw our feet together. Heels are touching. Extending our hands. First, we're going to take our legs up to the sky. So we use our core, we're going to use our glutes to lift our legs off the ground. Engage the core, engage the glutes. That's going to support the back and the lower back, lifting the legs up. And then we'll slowly lower down. Now this time we're going to take the hands up only. So again, we're going to be using the core to support us. And we're going to be lifting from our hands, from our shoulders, and from our core. So, and we're going to extend, keep our legs nice and active within this movement. So extend the hands out nice and long. And we're slowly lifting up. And then releasing down. Just take a couple of moments here with the breath. Find your center, find your balance point, your relaxation point. I'm going to go into Salabhasana, full locust pose. So you extend the hands, extend the legs. Let's lift the legs, let's lift the hands. Working up, working, keeping the length in the spine by extending the hands nice and long and the legs back as long as possible, then slowly lowering down. Let's take our right ear to the mat here, and you can see. Let's just relax the body here for a moment. We're going to go through that whole posture one more time, and then we'll relax on the opposite side. And that effectively will be the flow today. Now let's draw our hands out, extending all the way forward. We get ready to go in our Salabhasana or locust pose. Let's extend the legs all the way back. Let's extend the hands forward. Let's draw the hands up. Extend the legs out nice and long. Lifting. Activate the core. Extend the legs. Draw the hands up. And then slowly lowering down. This time we take our left ear to the mat. And then relaxing down. Let's take a few moments here to relax and release the breath. So let's now press ourselves back, drawing ourselves into Balasana. Extend the hands out nice and long. We'll come back into our seated posture to finish the class. Let's take our hands to prayer pose. Let's close our eyes. Let's focus on the breath. Let's focus on drawing the shoulders back, keeping the spine nice and long. Pressing the hands together, opening the shoulders. Working the shoulder blades together. Let's open the eyes. Namaste. Namaste. So there you go, viewers. I hope you enjoyed the class today. If you did, then give it a like. If you've got any comments, then please let me know. If this is your first time here, I recommend you click the notification button and hit the subscribe so you get notified when I publish new videos. Also, check out my yoga playlist and my Tai Chi playlist. Something a little bit different, but great complementary practices. Until next time, have an awesome day wherever you are in the world, and namaste. Namaste.